Is it? All right, sweet. You got me and everything. I'm ready whenever you are, my
Cool, I'm
friend.
ready.
Sorry about all this.
Oh, no, it's all good both ways. How are you healing up?
Healing up good, man. I mean, the cut is, I got some vitamin E and stuff on there, and my cuts under my eye have been healed up already. My knee's still a little sore, things like that. But I got an MRI on a Thursday, so we got to find out from the doc what's up.
Congrats on your win. How'd you feel it went, your fight itself?
Oh, man, it was great, man. I thought, it was a 5-week training camp, shorter than usual. Usually I go through an 8-week training camp just to make sure everything's on point, the cardio's on point. But to be honest with you, it was actually amazing. No injuries going into it. The longer the training camps go, the more you're up for injury as you're going through those long training camps. But I felt great out there, man. I normally train for 5-minute rounds anyway. Even if the original fight was supposed to be 3 rounds. We weren't main event, but I always train 5-5s. So when I got the call to be main event and to do 5-minute rounds like 3 weeks before the fight, I was like, let's go.
Who do you want next?
To be honest with you, anybody in the top 5. I know I've mentioned George Masvidal, who we faced before. He's considered the BMF and I'm the NMF, so I thought it just sounds great to get that fight. I know he had mentioned he wanted that win back. He wanted that fight for sure. I had talked with him after he knocked out Masvidal, and he said he wanted that fight. I know he mentioned wanting to defend the title. If he had beat Usman, he wanted to defend it against me. So I know there's interest there. So, but anybody in the top 5. I know I had poked at Leon Edwards not too long ago over the summer about trying to get a fight with him, but he wasn't having it. I know they rescheduled his fight with Hamzat later on in the year or this month, maybe next month. But we'll see, man. Anybody. I know Nick Diaz is talking about coming back, so I think that would be a good fight as well.
What are your goals for 2021? Any specific goals or just?
Well, for me, obviously, 2021 is going to be my year, man. I'm to get that title for sure. Obviously, I'm not giving up on that. I know everybody's talking about my age. I'm 37, be 38 in February, but I feel like I'm 25. I've always taken care of my body, during training camp and during fights and things like that. But I feel amazing. So definitely the title. Obviously growing our school here in Simpsonville. We've been in business where I'm at right now for 37 years. And we got close to 750 students and from all ages, from 3 years old all the way up to, I think our oldest student is 75.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I consider. That's my passion. I fight for the fun of it, for the honor and the glory. And of course I'll do that as long as possible. But this is what I love to do, is teaching. I'm the head kids instructor here. So I love it, man. So that's definitely my 2 top goals right there, is growing the school and become champ.
How important is it to you to be a role model for your students, and any advice you would give somebody who coaches kids as well?
That is my number 1 goal for sure, inside and outside the octagon. I know what the martial arts has done for me, not just as a martial artist, but just being a good human being, being a good man. It teaches things that you normally wouldn't get in other sports, the modesty, the courtesy, integrity, self-control, perseverance, showing indomitable spirit is what the martial arts is about. And, for me to go out there and not just perform to the best of my ability, but do it in a good manner, to be a good example for those that I teach man, it makes it all worth it. Not just win correctly, but lose in the right manner as well. After all my losses, I've learned so much after my losses, but I learned probably more during my losses than I do my wins. So how I'll come across that, and for my students to be able to see that, is just awesome. And one thing my dad's always taught me, especially being a role model, but a school owner, he's always told me, people don't really care how much you know. They only want to know how much you care. And as a teacher, that just kind of sat with me, teaching the martial arts. The business will grow once people know that you care about them, and that you. So that's always number 1 for me. I know a lot of school owners who are just in it for the money, and that's not the way to go about it. you care about your students, and your students will recognize that. They will see that, and they'll know real quick if you're in for it just to make a buck, or if that's your main focus. For us here, we're a family-run business, and in our society today, it's putting out not good martial artists, good, people that can defend themselves, but like you said, good human beings, man. And I think everybody should train martial arts, in that it will help build that character. But on top of that, keep you in shape and build your martial arts skill and confidence. I mean, there's nothing more can give you more confidence than knowing you can go in a room and pretty much, you can defend yourself pretty much against everybody in the room, So I think that's awesome.
How has the pandemic affected your training and family life?
Well, at first it was actually, it's pretty devastating. We had just moved into this 20,000 square foot facility in October, and then in December, February, the pandemic hit, and we're like, man, we just moved into this amazing facility. So it was kind of worrisome right off the bat. It was like, man, how are we gonna pay for this thing, and when we can't even open our doors? So, we had to get innovative. And, we have a lot of loyal students in our small town. We've got 3 generations come through here. We got grandparents, grandkids, parents and grandparents that took from us, So, we had to get innovative. We did online classes, but of course that lasted about 2 months. And what I mean by that is we still had them coming on and doing the classes, but you can only, kids will only be interested in that for so long, And then finally we were able to open the doors and, slowly kind of integrate people back into the gym, obviously doing, the social distancing and things like that. There was a lot of things that we couldn't do, like the grappling, the jiu-jitsu or the sparring, no contact. So, we had to, like I said, we had to get innovative and get smart and rethink on how we teach things. And we learned a lot that way, actually. We learned some things that we normally didn't do that we liked better during the pandemic. So now we're full on, man. We're doors are open. It slowed down a little bit, but at the same time, it kind of helped business, to be honest with you. There was a lot of things that weren't open, that weren't going on like other sports. So people wanted to get in shape. They wanted to get back into doing something. They just wanted to get out, period. So we're growing like no other, to be honest with you. So it's definitely been a bonus and plus for us.
I've noticed your movie theater set up in your house on a UFC watch party. Does your family?
Oh, yeah.
You ever go to movie theaters, or you just watch it at home since you got your own movie theater itself?
I'm a big movie buff to begin with. I love the whole experience of going out, going to a movie, getting popcorn. I like to people watch and stuff like that. But during the whole pandemic thing, it's actually helped a lot, be able to go to the theater. We'll have movie nights where, we'll have the poster up outside the theater of whatever movie we're watching. We'll have popcorn. It's awesome, especially I've got 13 nieces and nephews. So yeah, we're building an army here, man. But they love it, man. They love it. But I still like going out. If the movie theater's open, I'll still go see a movie, do the IMAX thing.
Yep.
I like the whole cinematic adventure,
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of like a way for me to kind of get away from everything too, especially during fight camp. That was my biggest thing, just going to the movies, and you kind of lose yourself in that different reality and kind of get out of your head a little bit on the fight. That stress kind of goes away. So that's what I like about it.
And one last question. How was it like being on a Family Feud? How did you enjoy that? Or any
It was great. It was great. I loved it, man. I thought it was a cool experience. The fans were amazing. The boxers versus MMA, even though I didn't even get to play the game. I don't know if you watched it or not.
Yeah, I missed it. I thought they getted you out. Yeah.
Yeah, that we lost before I even got to me. So I knew it was downhill. The first question, what was it? Forrest Griffin had to answer it. It was like, I think the question was, what do you call your woman, in bed? And he said a giraffe. And I'm like, oh my God, no, this is not going to be pretty. And we got schooled, obviously. But, what the cool thing is, the UFC was like, you know what, next time we go back on there, Steve, we'll get you back on there with the Family Feud, and hopefully we'll get you to play a little bit. So, I was there for moral support, I guess.
Yeah.
So it was fun, though. It was a really cool experience. Really, really cool.
Well, thank you so much. Good luck this next year, and I really appreciate it.
Man, anytime. Let's do it again sometime, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You have a good one, my friend.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.